Welcome to the deep dive. Today, we're tackling Pepperstone, a big player in Forex and CFD trading. We've got a stack of sources here, and our goal is pretty straightforward. Look at how they're set up, check if they're legitimate, and really face, the risks involved in what they offer.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, this is a broker that started back in 2010, and now they're reportedly processing over, $12 billion in daily trades? That's huge volumes.
Billion a day.
And the hook, the thing that grabs you, is the promise of spreads starting at 0 pips.
Right, 0 pips. But before we even get into whether that's truly possible or sustainable, let's talk basics. And the most important basic for you listening is what we're actually discussing here. CFDs, contracts for difference. You're essentially betting on price movements without owning the actual thing, like the currency or the stock. So how legitimate is a company offering super tight pricing on something like that?
Well, on the legitimacy front, they look solid. They've got licenses from top-tier regulators. We're talking the FCA in the UK, ASIC in Australia.
Okay, FCA and ASIC. That's not just window dressing, is it?
No, absolutely not. It's crucial. It means client money, your money, should be held in segregated accounts. That offers a layer of security, oversight you just don't get with many offshore brokers.
That security aspect is key. Okay, so if they're legitimate and offering potentially 0 spreads, how do they make money? Let's look at their accounts.
Right. There are 2 main paths. You've got the standard account.
Standard, okay.
0 commission on trades. But the trade-off is wider spreads. The sources suggest around 1 pip on average for major currency pairs. Remember, a pip is that tiny unit of price change.
1 pip average, 0 commission.
Got it.
And the other one?
The Razor account. This is where the spreads can actually hit 0.0 pip sometimes.
Ah, there's the 0 pip claim.
Exactly. But there's a commission. It's typically around $7 per standard lot for the round turns to buying and selling.
Okay, so standard is wider spreads, no commission. Razor is super tight spreads, but you pay a commission. If you run the numbers, does that suggest the Razor is really aimed at the more active, experienced traders, people trading bigger volumes?
I'd say so, yes. For someone trading frequently or in size, paying the flat commission on Razor often works out cheaper overall than paying the slightly wider spread on every single trade with the standard account. They're clearly optimizing for activity.
Makes sense. But optimizing for activity brings us to the elephant in the room, doesn't it?
It really does. No matter how cheap it is to trade, you absolutely cannot ignore the risk baked into the product itself. The sources are clear, and Pepperstone is actually transparent about this on their site. Around 75% of retail clients lose money trading CFDs with them.
75%. That number is just stark. And it's vital everyone hears that. It's not necessarily a Pepperstone-specific problem, right? It's a CFD problem.
It's fundamentally about leverage. That's the driver.
Explain that leverage risk simply.
Okay, imagine you use leverage to control, say, $10,000 worth of a currency pair, but you only put down $1,000 of your own capital.
Right, 10 to 1 leverage, basically.
Exactly. Now, if the market moves against you by just 2%, which isn't a huge move in Forex.
2% sounds small.
It sounds small, but because of the leverage, that 2% move wipes out 20% of your initial $1,000 capital instantly.
Wow. Okay. So small moves, big impact on your actual cash. That explains the 75% loss rate much better.
It's that sensitivity, which makes the quality of the trading infrastructure really important, doesn't it? If you're using leverage, you need things to work smoothly.
Yeah, you don't want glitches or delays amplifying those losses. So is their tech any good?
The sources suggest it's pretty robust. They support the major platforms people expect: MT4, MT5, cTrader, even TradingView integration.
Okay, platform choice is good. What about speed, execution speed?
Tests mentioned in the materials show genuinely fast execution. We're talking milliseconds. That's important, especially for strategies like scalping, where you're in and out of trades very quickly.
Milliseconds. Okay, so the plumbing seems solid. What about the actual user experience? What are people saying?
Well, it's a bit mixed, as always. The overall Trustpilot score is high, 4.4 out of 5, based on over 3,000 reviews. That's pretty good context.
4.4 is strong, but what are the complaints about? Any patterns?
Yeah, digging into the negatives, you see some recurring themes. People reporting stop losses, not triggering exactly where they set them.
That sounds worrying if you're trying to manage that leverage risk we talked about.
It does, and also some mentions of accounts being transferred, sometimes unexpectedly, to different international entities within the Pepperstone group. That can make people uneasy.
Okay, stop loss issues and account transfers. How much of the stop loss thing might be, just how markets work sometimes?
That's the crucial context often missing. The sources do point out that these missed stop losses often happen during really volatile times. Think market open, major news releases.
Right, when prices can gap.
Exactly. The price might literally jump over your stop loss level because there's no liquidity at that price point. It's not necessarily manipulation. It's often just market dynamics, especially in thin liquidity. A tough lesson for new traders.
An important distinction, though, what about other fees? Are they hiding costs anywhere?
Seems pretty clean, actually. No inactivity fees, which is good. No account maintenance fees.
That's refreshing. Deposits? Withdrawals?
Deposits are generally free. Withdrawals are mostly free too, especially for e-wallets. But there's a catch for some. If you're outside the EU or Australia and use a bank wire transfer for withdrawal, expect a $20 fee.
Okay, so $20 for bank withdrawals outside EU/AU. Good to know.
So, pulling it all together,
Yeah.
what is the final take? Our assessment, based on these sources, is that Pepperstone looks legitimate. They're well-regulated, which is a big plus. Their pricing, especially on the Razor account, is genuinely competitive. And the tool seems solid.
Then it's a big but.
None of that changes the fundamental risk. Leveraged CFD trading is inherently risky, and that 75% loss figure is the constant reminder.
So, for you listening, if you're an experienced trader, you've got a solid risk management plan, you understand leverage, Pepperstone looks like a strong contender. Good pricing, good tech.
Right.
But if you're a beginner, maybe attracted by those zero-pip ads, thinking it's easy money, you need a serious reality check here.
Definitely.
Start with your demo account. Trade with fake money until you really understand the risks and have a strategy. Don't jump in with real cash.
Absolutely critical advice. And that whole discussion around the 75% loss rate, even with tight spreads and fast execution, leads to maybe a final thought for you to consider.
Go on.
If having access to the best pricing and the fastest technology still results in most retail traders losing money, how much more vital is developing a truly sound risk management strategy compared to just focusing on the platform's features? Where should your real focus be?